Hassan Fadiga. I'm from
Mr. President, I'm Hussein Fadiga. I'm from Minnetonka, Minnesota.
Georgia.
Mr. President, Charles Montgomery. Mr. President, Uriah Montgomery. And President Manu.
President. Good evening, Mr. President. My name is Dr. Sana Siyama, and I am from Seattle, Washington. I'm Henry Pritchett from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
I'm Laura Carpenter from Laura Pritchard from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm Crystal Award from Miami, Florida.
Good evening, Mr. President, sir. My name is Felix Lawrence III from Bernie, Maryland, by way of
Well, I am Dr. Adam Mankind. After 18 years in America, I moved back home 2 years ago and I've been serving here. So I'm from Connecticut.
Good evening, Mr. President. Gentlemen, Kate. Free State, Diana Georgia.
Good evening. My name is Judge Kenya Johnson from Fulton County, which also holds Atlanta, Georgia. Earlier this year, we had a private audience with you in Atlanta where we presented historic documents to you forever connecting Fulton County and the country of Liberia. At that meeting, you invited us to return to the diaspora, and by your invitation, we are here. And I have brought with me the vice chair under Rob Pitts, Commissioner Khadija Abdur-Rahman. And we have something special for you. Thank you for the invitation, and we look forward to many, many returns.
Mr. President, Your Excellency, I am the Honorable Vice Chairwoman Khadija Abdur-Rahman. I am honored to be here. I am representing the Honorable Chairman Rob Pitts. This is a circle moment for me in that I enjoy being the first Muslim woman elected in office in the state of Georgia. Now, Your Excellency, if you will indulge me, I want to not only bring you a message from the chair, I want to let you know I have been on 3 different planes. I have slept in an airport for 12 hours. I have barely eaten anything, which for me is a task. But I would do it all over again to you. Judge Kenya, in her wisdom, when she first came to me and the chairman and explained how important the documentation was, she is a very humble person. She will never tell you her underlying motive was to get the #1 and the #2 powerful person in Fulton County together for this. We control a $1 billion budget. The chairman, as much as I would like for him to think that he has ordered you to come here, he has strongly suggested that I come here and let you know that before I left, we were going into the last meeting. He had to make a decision. He couldn't be here because one of us have to preside legislatively. So when he sent me before the last meeting, this is the time of year where we give. And when I give with love. And so, 2 days before me leaving, I baked over 100 cakes to give out to staff. Whether it was the county manager, county attorney, the police officers, other colleagues. We were all people that worked with me. But I had to make sure that the cake that I baked for them was from a place of love. Even though I had to travel here, I still had to take care of home. And so why do I say that to you, Your Excellency? Because I'm still taking care of home. I want you to know that with me and the message from the chairman is that we bring a wealth of resources, knowledge, and that good old thing we call funding. I had an opportunity to speak today, and Fulton Films, which we represent in Fulton County, is one of the premier filmmakers and hosts a lot of films that come out of the Tyler Perry studio. You have so many people that I met today that are interested in not only being actors or actresses, they are interested in putting a film school here.
Yeah.
And so I won't belabor the point other than to tell you that I am home. And in being home, even though I have not had any sleep, my luggage is missing. But I was smart enough and have traveled enough to know that in my carry-on, I must put some decent clothes. I would do it all again to make sure that I bring not only a cooperative and collaborative spirit, but Liberia's success is Fulton County success. Yeah. Now, I understand that you are a soccer fan. And so before I left, I met with the owners of the soccer team for Fulton County. And by the way, didn't we make it, Vincent, didn't we make it to the finals this year? I can't talk about the Falcons, but I can talk about our soccer team. The Falcons, and I know you're recording, I love you Falcons, but you're not as good as our soccer and football team. And so they wanted to make sure that they had gifts for me to personally send. And like I said, my chairman respectfully demanded that I hand deliver it to you. Thank you, sir.
So there you have it.
It is our Atlanta United It is my honor, sir. I got a complimentary gift for you. And I have a personal letter delivered to you from the chairman. And even though he could not be here, he sent the very best next thing. His vice chairwoman.
And so, wherever you're joining us from, this is Executive Mansion page of my life. And Diaspora Liberians are here to
Thank you.
meeting with His Excellency.
Thank you very much for the inspiration. the overwhelming heart when we spoke today about connecting people of Liberia heritage. And as the President mentioned, Liberia is the destination of African diaspora. And it's just a matter of time. Pretty soon, the entire African American community will be moving to Liberia. Your presence here gave hope to that dream. And we know soon for us stand together to develop Liberia the way we want as part of our heritage. Welcome. Thank you guys. Without further ado, we will take 4 comments. Just 4 comments before His Excellency speak. We will just brief us. We've already done everything we needed to do. This is just an interaction with the President and to also create the opportunity for the judge to meet the President of human rights. So, thank you to the President for affording this. We will we'll take 2 from this side, 2 from this side. So we'll balance it up. 2 male, 2 female. Please be gentle. And the kids can speak.
This is the future of Liberia, so I want my daughter to say something.
Give it up.
Hello, Mr. President. It is such an honor to be here today. As somebody who was raised in the States and has had the pleasure of coming back, to make sure that we're going home and being really in touch with our culture, it is so nice of you to open your home to us. I just want to say that I really am starting to see change within this country, and I think that is absolutely beautiful. So I'm very proud of the work that you are doing here. And yeah, we really just appreciate how big the year of the return is, and I have to commend my mother on this, Clarice Fortula. She has done amazing work with her team, of course, Mr. Erasmus, everybody, to put this together, and I think that it's so important to work together with your president on that, and the fact that you are giving back to your country is just incredible. So we really do appreciate that, and I hope that I'll be able to give back as well in the future. Also, first ma'am, I am a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha, and so what an honor it is. So yes, thank you for making Liberia and the Divine Nine very proud.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Catherine Moody, and I want to piggyback on what she said, being the future of Liberia. A year ago, I came home to visit, and I was here for 2 weeks, and I just fell in love after being gone from Liberia for 34 years during the war. And I decided to come back home to give back to the future of Liberia, which are children, the next generation. So for me, I packed up all my stuff, and I moved back home. And I want to thank you for this initiative and the work that you're doing to make sure that we come home. Because we can't change our country by staying in America, but we can only change the future by investing in the next generation of leaders of Liberia. So again, thank you, and thank you for everyone for being here this evening.
Members of the delegation making remarks there. We have 2 more remarks to get.
Hello, Mr. President. My name is Rose Joy Carmore, and my trip here this year is because I lost my oldest son, and I've come I was sent here by the Philly community to come and look for a place here to build a standardized sports complex. So I want to turn my pain into joy for the youth of this nation. I have been here a month now, and it's so hard to find a place. The acres that we want is so hard, but I know that we're going to find it, and we're going to build them, because that is beyond my imagination. So that's the reason I'm here. It's so important to me, so I had to come and visit, and thank you for opening your doors, and I hope we as Liberians will support this project, because our country, it's not just because of building this, it's about the kids from here being able to participate in the Olympics, not kids from the U.S. parents that there, the kids out there, they have the opportunity to do it here. So that's my purpose of this trip. And I pray that my country will put their hands around me, and the community of Philadelphia will put their hands around me, that will build the biggest standardized sports complex in this country.
Good evening, Mr. President. Again, I say thank you for welcoming us into your home. I thank you for your leadership. And thank you for all the great minds that have put this together. But Mr. President, I would like to speak to you about something that probably has crossed a lot of our minds, but we have not actually gotten clear answers. As for me, I have several businesses that was done by my parents in this country, a logging company, bottling companies, and returning to what's left of it. I would like to know if there's any mandate that we are looking at to put in place to help us deal with taxes over the years. Is there going to be a waiver as far as the property or homes? Are there anything in place for us returning? Or we have to go through some kind of system to figure out how we're going to do this taxes for those buildings that have been standing along for so long? So do you have any mandate in place, Mr. President?
Mr. President, thanks for hosting us in your home. I'm truly honored to be your guest. And I'm really happy to have this opportunity today to speak with you. I'm going to say something that transcends my personal needs, although I have big personal needs. For instance, I'm investing in Liberia, and I've been personally in the shadows, struggling to build a microtech city. And that comes with a lot of frustrations, especially for a renowned scientist as I am, coming to Liberia and attempting to do such a thing, and yet I face stumbling blocks that has gone across one government to another. However, I want to look at this from a bigger picture. This initiative to host us here is the beginning of something that I hope will open up the opportunity so that the next time we meet here, we should not be talking about our personal challenges. Instead, we should be celebrating our personal accomplishments. Amen. Mr. President, a lot of times in Liberia we started great initiatives, but we have not implemented them to the fullest. We have not realized their full potential. I hope this gathering should not be another repetition of those historical analyses. So today, I am telling you and my fellow Liberians here that we should on our part, and I think we will from the conversations I've been having with people in the hall. We are going to be motivated by your initial step to invite us here to continue to invest in Liberia. We are not going to be frustrated by the red tapes that exist today, but it will help if you were to help us remove some of those red tapes. President, I know you have all of the great intentions, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you very much.
Great remarks there. Great remarks there. Another remark, Jim.
Again, good evening, Mr. President. My name is
record?
You recording? I have been living in Liberia for
No, I don't want to
12
blocking
years.
you.
I have worked with UN Mission in Liberia. I have worked for the Ebola emergency response. I have
made Liberia my home. I can't believe it. So emotional about this. But one of the things that's a bit frustrating is that you spend your time, you help build a country, then you want to go on vacation, and then you have to get a visa to come back into the country and a visa to go to wherever you're going. My request is that we take a look at this policy, which is a little bit unfair, I think. To be able to spend your time, your money, your energy paying taxes, building capacity of people, and then you have to get a visa to come back into the country. I think that's something we seriously need to look at, particularly if we want African Americans or people from the diaspora who are not Liberian, who want to build this country, who want to spend their time and energy here and capacity here, to look at this policy and think about changing it, because it just makes it a bit difficult to manage. You know, I just want us to take a look at that, because I actually don't think it's fair for that policy to be in place, particularly for people who have been here for over 10 years or more, and who have worked here, and who have, you know, sacrificed also here. So yeah, I just want us to take a look at that and see how we can make living here in Liberia as foreigners a bit easier, and have less red tape, as our brother here talked about. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. President. So, my name is Henry Dobo again, just to reiterate. And Mr. President, it's an honor to have this platform to really speak and talk to you and actually listen to inspiring stories. Listen to inspiring stories and inspiring things that many people are actually trying to do. And it's something that I've really acknowledged, that all of us have that same mindset. All of us have that same mindset in order to actually put this into practice. So just to give a background story, so I'm a youth leader. I'm a youth leader back in London, United Kingdom, and we're working and cooperating with the mayors and also the council. And because of all the good work and all these type of things that we've done nationally, we've been receiving awards for all the work that we do. For example, we even work with criminals, all sorts, that have led astray and gone through wrong situations and bad paths. So we take them, sometimes we mentor them, take them into the right guides in the right lead so that they can go into the right direction in order for them to actually be alive, to remain alive. And sadly, it was a tragedy that actually brought me here to Africa. But God knew what he was doing. God knew what he was doing, and he brought me here. He brought me here, and a lot of young people were sharing to me a lot of challenges, a lot of obstacles that they were actually going through. And the main cause and the main reason was stemmed through the financial income. It stemmed from the financial income, it stemmed from the financial situation. And then looking at the opportunities I can implement, I can create, as I'm a person on the side, I do photography, I do videography, I do all of these type of things, but you just see it as an item. But actually, this is a pathway for life for a lot of young people. And that's something that I want to plant in this country, and it's something that I believe will keep people alive. And it's something that I know that is going to give opportunities for many young people. And because they have this opportunity, because they have this financial stability, because of this, it's not going to lead them onto the wrong path. It's not going to lead them to the wrong situations, which many people are ending up in. And simply, what I want to say is just for us to continue to look at opportunities, continue to look for opportunities for these type of young people, so then they can continue to go in the right directions, so then they don't have to go into a place that they wouldn't want to. And that's something that definitely I feel like we can definitely continue to speak and talk about. But I just wanted to share that. But thank you so much for the opportunity.
Good evening, everybody. Honorable President, this is Cecilia Sobo Kwambala. I grew up with you, LPNC, and I went back into the world and built a good nation for you. I got great kids, and I brought them back home to tell our people that we left from here and fought strongly so that we can bring great men to come and join us. So this is my son, Henry Noble. He said it's a tragedy, but I know I'm going to survive it. I left from Nova County, fought the war, went back to the Western world, and I was going. I'm going to survive it. We're going to tell them that we have the medication for all of these sicknesses. That's what I brought him, and he's a very genius guy. He wants to help our community know better. Thank you all so much.
Touching stories there from Liberians around the world who've come here from the diaspora to celebrate and meet their president.
When you listen to the kids that grew up, some were born outside of the Republic, it inspires you. And you can tell that this initiative by the president is on the right track. It's setting the tone for our country in the right direction. Because once we sit at the table to discuss this issue, we found solutions together. Mr. President, I want to say thank you. Thank you for such an opportunity. This means a lot. It will inspire other young people to come to Liberia. And definitely, we can all be in the same room to take back our economy. Thank you very much. Before I turn the mic over to the president, we have let me just recognize the arrival of the Director General of Liberia Broadcasting System. In front of the diaspora. What they're short for. What is a truth? Okay. But we also have people to please say. Mr. President, these are African Americans that have established a tribe and said, we are moving to Africa. We are moving to Liberia. And our mission is to recruit African Americans to see Liberia as their home. When we were in New York with the President, they also have members of the tribe that attended the engagement that we had in Staten Island, New York. They were uniquely dressed, and I told them, I'm going to come and join your tribe. I don't know what they did to me to join the tribe, but they got phone with saying, anyway, so we joined the tribe. But Mr. President, I just wanted to recognize them. They are African Americans, and they are on the scene of Liberia.
Good evening, I'm so honored. I'm a little nervous. My name is Latu New York. I am the Tribal Secretary of State of my tribe. We are worldwide. We're called the United States Employees. We are here, we're in Jamaica, we're in Canada, we're in Barbados, we're in Trinidad. We're in London, very large in London. We're in South Africa, we're in Zambia, we're in Namibia. We're all over the world. And we want to come back to Liberia. We'd like to come home to Liberia. Some of us are in Africa, some of us are Liberians are. As a child, I was raised and taught about Liberia and my family and my ancestry here. My uncle, who is Dr. Malachi Zero, raised me and taught me about Africa. And we lived a cultural lifestyle. Very different, of course, than those who were. It's very different. However, we dealt with everything in our community based on what we had tribalism, loving one another as Africans. So we don't see ourselves apart from Africa. We don't see ourselves apart from the indigenous or African Americans that have repatriated. We would like to return home. And we are so grateful to be in your presence, to be able to go back and tell everyone how wonderful the experience we have here and how welcoming Liberia has been to us. We are so grateful, so grateful. And I want to thank you for everything that you are doing in the country right now. We see great things for Liberia, and we'd like to share. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Without further ado, we'll just take a remark from our Director General and His Excellency President Wilson.
Your Excellency, members of the diaspora, before tonight, because now all I see in this hall are Liberians. Mr. President, before my remark, I'd like to inform you that the people of Liberia are happy. We installed a 100-watt transmitter in Tapata yesterday, covering Liberia for the first time, total. I also like to inform you that the team completed its work in Grand Gita tonight, and the transmitter 1,000 watt has been installed. The team is on its way at 5:30 in the morning in the River G, and they will be installing the next transmitter there. And then from there to Harper, Maryland, and they will complete the tour by the 24th, which is Christmas Eve. All in keeping with the mandate to bring television and radio to the entire country. To my fellow diasporans, we say diasporans for tonight. Just for the occasion. It's great to be back home. Lots of things happening in this country. We're the only ones to build our country. No one is going to do it for us. And I think the time is now. There can be no other time. Even if Uncle Sam can see the need, for the first time, to say we're going to give you $500 billion in grants, which is $500 million. And if the United States can inform us that it is time for strategic partnership, I'd like to recognize Brother Terry. Will you stand? Him and another African American came to Liberia some time ago, and that was His Excellency. His Excellency welcomed them back home. They took advantage of it. They made their second visit. This is actually their third visit. They're looking forward to investing in tourism, in the energy sector, and in the mining sector. Yes, they may be African Americans, but as of tonight, and from the day the president welcomed them, they became Liberians. So I'd like to encourage you, my brothers and sisters, you know how vocal I am. If you ever decide to bring an investor here and you have any hard time along the way, let me know. His Excellency will be waiting for me to bring the complete, and this official of government is stalling the developmental growth of our nation.
Amen.
His Excellency has promised you full protection. There are opportunities here. Don't be distracted by the little noise you hear here and there. Tomorrow, His Excellency is expected to break grounds for a state-of-the-art clinical diagnostic center, the best in Africa, given to us by the Chinese and implemented by China 8. That's in addition to the 20 megawatt solar plant at Mount Coffee. So energy will soon be mitigated. And what do you think we'll do with the $500 billion? Roads is front and center. everything is on course, but it takes time. Nothing is automatic. And in less than 1 year, we've made enormous progress in terms of what we see around here and what we have done. So I want to encourage you. This is your country. These are your people. And if you don't invest here, let's not expect the others to do so for us what we can do for ourselves. Yeah. And that's why, as the Director General of the Liberian Broadcasting System, it's time for us to open the lines and start the programs on television and on radio so that you too can have your say in what happens in this country. And that people from here can ask you questions live on television and on radio. The time for us to have the conferences for our people on radio and on television is now. There are 2 persons from America live on EOPC right now. Cici Goya and Juan Cotto. They are expressing their views. So you can do the same. So I want to encourage you to come home. The time is now, and the doors are open, the opportunities are enormous. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the Group Estate,
Making remarks here at this short event. Go down, something else.
Let me again welcome you. And accept my regrets for not being at the lunch today. I got mixed up because we had a big funeral for my vice president, and we had to attend but that's the reason we asked perhaps we asked you to come with me here, maybe at least see and see you. I know some of you have been here much longer than others, but the last person I was told I was going to be here last night or so was Johnson. And I'm happy you're here to represent the children. And that personally was once. And I want to welcome all of you. I hear a lot more people from Atlanta. Well. You welcome everybody who is here because you're here for the same purpose. In Liberia, we've been talking about diaspora for years. I didn't know what you were saying about diaspora, but I do know that it was a matter of talking, and that's why in our state of the nation, I guess, we were very clear, we were very definite about the diaspora, because we know what the diaspora means to us. A lot of you here recall maybe the towns that you came from, different people, but this is Liberia. And the history of Liberia, with respect to especially the United States, the diaspora is very clear. And that's why when I go to the States often, I tell the Liberians, you're in America, you in the United States say we shall overcome, and you say we shall come over. Because everybody who is there knows very well that they are from somewhere. And we know the reason that Liberians were not people who left their countries so often. In fact, we've been known to be spoken of. We say, "I born here, I die here." But a lot of things have happened. Have sent Liberians out of the country. Perhaps if you read the Bible, it's the same old reason. Tribulation and all of this kind of the people, but some for a good cause too. Then I have been telling people that sometime way back, Africans were taken from Africa. Now that you have the total absence, it is Africa now that has been taken from Africans. Because when your resources are taken away, first it was the human, now it's not the human. It's the resources of the country that have been taken away. Unfortunately, due to some leadership along the way, I just called Ghana today. I'm trying to bring some seedlings from our farm. And the Ghanaians are saying, yes, we will let you carry the seedlings, but not the soil from the seed.
Yeah, that's right.
Perhaps we didn't even care about that. When we had all over, when I came and started, the Chinese were taking our sin. If you go to Kenya, they won't let you in there. So when you start talking about what Liberia is about, what we've gone through here, it's just a tip of the iceberg. And we're happy that in all of it, we still have a country. And some of you have been here maybe a couple of months ago. You will have seen Liberia, that different way, but we're happy that we did want to see Liberians coming back home, want to see Black Americans coming back. Every time I listen to some of my friends from elsewhere, they say they are the gateway to Africa. And I say Liberia is the destination. I'm very serious about that because I can see Liberians, Black Americans coming back here. And I don't want you to complain about what you've experienced. I always say, don't cause the darkness, turn the light on. Like things of the past. And we are now to be thinking about what we want to see together to make people come back home and be encouraged to be here. And that's what we're trying to do. This is just the first of its kind, because I know some of you have been coming back and forth. Are we talking about coming with a different mind? I had a young lady talking about building a stadium. Some other people have other plans. But I can tell you, it's not going to be that easy to come from where now to come here. But you have to come with an open mind to experience what you experience. I always tell people that life and school are different. In school, you learn lessons, you take tests. In life, sometimes you take the test before you learn the lesson. So, what we all should be looking forward to is to come, experience the country, see what we have, and see what we can do. One thing I can assure you is that Liberia is a country, even in this region, that so many people have passed through to be in the United States, to be in different countries. We have been that transit point. We have been the country that have encouraged a lot of people. In fact, we've been nicer to people out there than ourselves. And maybe that's the reason we are where we are. And this time around, we are deciding, I have decided, some people are still deciding, that we are going to transform this country, make it a country that people will want to come to, and to make sure that the destination will finish. Last night, I had somebody from Turkey, one diplomat, who was contemplating on Turkish airline beginning to planning to come back to Liberia. Last time, it was the Ethiopian airline contract.
Yeah.
And we know that this is just the beginning. And I want to thank all of you for the decision. There are some of you, we started talking. Don't look at me, my kid. In and out, and then I go to Atlanta. I'm coming. The people buy all the land you are not ready. You already got it. But I'm very serious when I say welcome. And I know that last month I've been working very hard with a couple of others who have planned this. And some of the people who have already been here for a couple of days trying to look into some opportunities. Nation building is not an overnight. It's not something you just can't touch and go, especially in Africa. But you have to make the move. And I'm happy. This is a commitment of a serious time. Resources, your job, leaving your children, your home, to come as you have done. We've never seen a group like this come. And so it is a serious commitment. And people talking about there will be a lot here to do. A couple of months ago, we launched the diaspora engagement headed by Dr. Robert Sherman in Arizona, and there's a link. We're talking about Liberians, identifying Liberians who have something to offer to their country, trying to enlist them. And some of them, I call them retired but not tired. People who are retired and they have something to do with that. And so our doors are open. And we just want to say that this is the time. It's been long coming, but nothing happened before this time. Especially when I was in Atlanta last time in Georgia. The president of the chairman told me, we have a will for you. 40 Liberians in 1853. The slave master said, there's $100 for each of you went back to Liberia, and she brought the wheel. 2 sheep. The next time she came, she brought it in a print which I got. Since then, I've been calculating. $400, 1853. But I'm so proud of you coming to represent the chairman. I'm happy that the chairman to the judge attacked a lot of seriousness with the eye. It was like I was hearing something, but I've seen them now. They're serious. Every time I talk to people, and a lot of people who come here from all over, they say they're investors. And I tell them I'm not a NATO person, NATO. No action, talk only. I want to see things done. Yeah. I want to welcome you. I'm very special. On that day, talk your commitment. We have been in touch with, especially in Atlanta, with the Black Community College and Black University there. Many years we've done that, provided some scholarship for terminal degree. And we believe that the timing is now that we attach seriousness to the diaspora. We need to have serious discussion. And all that you're talking about, even for our Black Americans who are coming, I don't think you need to worry. As a matter of fact, anybody who look at you, they think you're coming from Boakai or something. Who will even guess you? So, I just want to say thank you very much. I don't know how you're managing with the limitation of almost everything here, but I'm sure you've been trying to cook because he who comes to the cold house must have some warmth from inside. So I'm sure you keep prepared to see what you see, hear what you hear. The message we have is you're very welcome. We have to know how long you're going to be here. I know some of you have to go back to your job. When some holidays coming, this time of the year, it'll be difficult to travel. But I am sure that the committee will duly inform us as to who's here. Unfortunately, I have to leave on Saturday to go to Norfolk County, where we have a serious program. This year made 4 counties, Lofa, Bong, Niba, Grandia, 60 years since they became counties. Before that, there were only 5 counties in this country. Maryland, where you come from, Montserrat, Sino, Grand Plaza, and Cape Town. Those were written of 5 counties. In 1964, the 4 counties were added. And we thought last year we were being, 2014, we were being a better year. We call it a jubilee. Unfortunately, the timing wasn't right. And this year we decided to have it this year. And of course, Lofa is the host. And I have to go there. But I would like to know from the RASCON and the committee what next, because we'd like to make sure in a few days that we talk for the next step. So can I just see the committee members, maybe stand, let's see who are been working on this committee. I don't think all of you were in Monrovia, so you've been working also in that. All right, maybe we need to, we know what the next step, because I really would have loved for us and I probably, whichever way, just know that we appreciate you and want to make sure that we have some time together. Maybe we can plan that within a short time to make sure it happens. Now, who wants to do within a short time? I don't know how many. When? Tomorrow? Anybody? Day after?
Still here.
How long are you here?
We are joining Kasali. After Christmas, still joining Kasali.
Up to when? The 30th?
After the holidays.
After January 10th.
Because you have the 30th, you have to do something happen. That's why I wanted for us to have some date coming, events. I want to thank you again. I don't know whether we got more ladies and gents. More ladies? How many ladies? Ladies too, you know. I don't know, we have more ladies or let's see the hands of all the ladies. Let's see it. And, you know, so the total number of people, yes. I'm not talking about those of you who didn't have one, because I see people like Jeanette, I see people like I see so many people we've been here for. I'm talking about people who just came. So we just want to have to listen.
The leadership will provide a
So we have to listen. We'll see the people who, there are some people who been here much longer. I mean, but we're talking about those who came with that first or without that list. I came back to all morning so that we can see what we do. You know, I want to thank you, I want to welcome you. This is a great historic beginning. And I can assure you the future looks good. Thank you very much.
So that was the next process in the broadcast here to Diasporans.
So, I want to say thank you all for coming. His Excellency has other engagements, but also Mr. President, one of Liberia's finest and superstar, Michael Blackson, just arrived, and he just came from the airport and came straight here, coming in. But I think his own beat is one of the biggest. Anyway, Black Entertainment Television, but it's big in the USA. I want to say thank you. I'm not sure if we can manage a photo with the group. It's almost in photo picture. So what we can do, we can do a table. Okay.
And so, if you don't know Michael Blackson, he's a big star in the United States. He's Liberian.
Two sections.
This is another man, the president. So we're about to go for pictures.
Yeah, outside or here?
We'll go outside for the picture, but
All right, His Excellency will do photographs. You have to be selected in groups. So two things need to happen right now. Excellency would like to get the name of each and every member here tonight. And then when you get out, the chief of protocol will arrange the photographs in batches, meaning if it's 10 persons, 5 this way, 5. After you're done with the photograph, the other 5 will come, and so we will do it that way. The chief of protocol is making his way outside. So we'll start with the people flying through, so it's an easy progression. So just follow the chief of protocol, he's making his way outside.
And so we're gonna talk to a few people to get the reaction as to what the president said and the message he gave. And we will speak to a few people.
Let's make our way to the process.
Sorry.
yeah, everybody will jump on. Everybody jump out.
So we'll go out in the yard right now.
Yes.
And then make sure you make your way.
Yeah. And we're going to see if we can talk to a few people to gauge their reactions as to the president's message, his statements.
If you can please clear this area so His Excellency can start making his way outside.
He clearly did not get that far.
Listen to the president and the folks from Diaspora and
Come on this way.
It'll be done.
I use my in their flat for me.